Leo, Leo, it's morning up here. Hey, Actions, how you doing? Hey, Paris, how are you? Hope you guys are having a good day. What was it gonna do? Can't even remember. Shit. Oh yes, I just got that right. Yeah, I'm gonna be on later. I just have some. I just finished doing what I had to do for the day, and I went to go do other things. I just finished cleaning my pool because there's all these damn leaves in there and bugs. It's been very windy here the last 2 days, and I went. My sister's off today, so her and I went to do some stuff and deal with business and deal with bullshit. There's always something to do, somewhere to go. It's a pain in the ass, but yeah, I have some free time because the my sister's leaving in a few minutes, and then I'm just here. I've been watching like some stuff, and I'm just free now for about an hour or so. So I said, let me come on here. And Diamond's the vet came here and gave Diamond a vaccine shot, her annual shot, and gave me some dewormer pills. So I put it in her food just now. She ate it. So she's outside chilling. Hey Teresa, how you doing? Okay, no problem. So yeah, I mean, I've got everything I needed to get done. I've had a long day because my sister and I went. We had to deal with the vet this morning, and then after that, we went to the lawyer's office to sign the last paperwork for our inheritance, which is like an ongoing saga. Seems like we're never gonna get it. It's taking forever, and it's just a whole pile of bullshit papers. And so we went to see our cousin is a lawyer, and we went to go see him. I haven't seen him in years, so I went there, and my other cousin was there signing his papers. So I got to see two of my cousins I haven't seen in years. So we played catch up for a couple minutes, and then we signed our last papers, and now we just have to mail them off, and then hopefully we get our inheritance money maybe next month. Maybe I guess I don't know. I hope so. It's been going on forever. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's all good. There's nothing I can do. I woke up this morning to Diamond's pee all over the floor. Thank God I got tile down here. So I didn't smell anything when I was in my bed, but when I came towards the steps, I smelled her pee and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. She hasn't peed in here in like 2 months. So I come downstairs and right behind me, right here where my chair is, she peed right here. A massive mound of pee. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And so I had to wake up to that this morning, unfortunately. So I cleaned it all up and mopped the floor like 3 times. And that was first thing this morning at 8:30. I had to deal with that bullshit. And then yeah, that pissed me off because she hasn't done that in so long. It's been like 2 months since she's peed in here, maybe longer than that. She's been good, but sometimes she just can't hold herself, I guess. But the dumb thing about her, which I don't like, is she doesn't bark when she wants to go outside. Like, I wish that she would bark because I'm upstairs. She knows I'm up there. So if you know I'm up there and you need my attention, then fucking bark. If she barked, I would wake up and I would come downstairs and I know exactly what she would want to go outside and pee. But she's so dumb that she doesn't bark. So it pisses me off. I smacked her on her butt. Obviously not hard, but I gave her a little smack and told her, "You're naughty." So she took off outside and I left her out there until I cleaned everything up. She's so dumb. I don't understand her. Like, she's known me all these years. And you bark at everything else, but you won't bark to wake me up to take you outside. That don't make no sense. This is why I don't want no more animals, because they aggravate me. But, it's not like it was a devastating thing where she did it on carpet and I have to get like a carpet cleaner. I have tile and it's easy to clean up. But the stench was nasty. I almost threw up. It was gross. But thank God the pee didn't go on something like my sneakers or my shoes or clothes or I don't really have shit all over the place. So the pee just went, all over the ground, all over the tile. So I just mopped it up and cleaned it up. I actually want to mop one more time. I mean, I don't smell it anymore, but I just want to keep it a little cleaner. I want to smell the freshness of the soap. So I might do that later on. I might give it another little mop. Just one more time. We'll see. That's what I mean, I'm sure I had this conversation with you before about this, and both our dogs are that dumb that they don't bark, but you'll bark at a fly. Yeah. That's what I don't understand. And they know they're not supposed to pee inside. And I go to her and I tell her, "Don't you pee pees inside. Don't you be naughty." She'll turn her head like that because she knows that she's not supposed to pee in here. If you want to pee, you got to go the fuck outside. You know that already. So why the hell don't you bark, at up the stairs to wake me up? You know I'm up there. And if I don't come down, because I can't hear you peeing or wanting to pee, how am I gonna know? Fucking nuisance, man. Oh boy. Hey Ann, how you doing? Yeah, they're spoiled brats. You're absolutely right, Paris. And they're so annoying. I was so mad at her today, I could have knocked her the fuck out. I just can't stand the stench. Like, her pee is disgusting. Animals' pee and shit is worse than ours, right? And when I came down the steps and I smelt that, I automatically like just put my shirt over my nose and like opened up all the windows, the doors, and I wasted a whole pile of paper towel. And it's just a pain in the ass. What the heck? All that money for that surgery for a damn cat? Hell no. That's a lot of damn money for a cat surgery. fuck they doing? Giving them a transplant? Yeah, I don't blame you. That's too much. That's a lot. I've never heard of a cat surgery being that much. Couple $100, yeah, but not no 2,500. No, hell no. That's unheard of. My my dog got surgery a while ago. It was not a while ago, but well, when I had my first dog, he had surgery. Um, but nothing major. But he had like a big like a big cyst on his head, and it was a risky surgery. It was like $600, and that was back then. But yeah, I wouldn't go that far. It's probably a risk, you know, doing surgery on him if he's really bad. See, that's crazy. Teresa, your kid paid $5,000 for a surgery on the dog's leg. Oh, hell no. That's a lot of damn money for an animal surgery. Shit, that's nuts. Thank God I never had that problem with any of my dogs. I never paid outrageous money for that. That's crazy. Some people love the animals so much that they'll pay whatever it is. Some people will pay it. Well, that's good. That's unbelievable. Hell no. That's a lot of money. Well, if they can afford it, obviously go for it. I mean, if I had the money, I'd do it too if my dog was sick and I can just waste 5 grand, and that's different. I'd waste the money and I'd spend the money, not waste the money, but I would spend the money on it if I had it. Yeah, exactly. If I have the means to do it, I'll do it. But I'm not gonna do it if I can't. I wanted the doctors to operate on my 14-year-old pit bull, but they said that he was old and he had a blood clot in his leg and his leg was completely purple. And I said, "Can you operate on him?" And they said, "Yeah, but there's no guarantee." And he's very old and he's like, he might not make it. And even if we come out of the surgery with everything okay, he's still gonna be like not able to walk that much. So I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to put him down. And they said that that was the best bet because he had already had some complications and he had like kidney problems and stuff. He was already like, I try to keep him alive as much as I can, but he was in too much pain and he would have been like kind of, his recovery time was ridiculous, so he would have never made it anyway. And I couldn't like be with him 24/7. Like, so I had a job to do, I had a life, I couldn't. I would have to like pick him up and take him everywhere, and he is too big of a dog. And I would be scared to hurt him when I pick him up and shit. And he would have to stay at the vet for at least like 2 weeks on recovery time before he even thought about coming home. So they said it was best that I put him down. I didn't want to, but I knew he'll be better off. You know, it was one of the worst days of my life putting my dog down. He was 15 years old altogether, but I had him for 13 years because a year and a half, like he was like, they had him at like a slaughterhouse. They were ready to like kill him pretty much because nobody wanted him. He was like a pit bull that was like had been fighting or something, and they found him. and they recovered him, and then nobody wanted to take him, and I took him. I adopted him, and he was a great dog. He protected my mom and dad. He protected the house. I walked him like every single day. He had a few complications here and there. You know, I spent good money on him to make sure he was all right. And finally, when he was like 15 years old, he was done. So that was the best dog I ever had. Well, that's the thing. That's why they did that, so they can make money off you. That's why you should never get a cat that's already got problems, or an animal that already has problems, because that's what they do. They con you. They con you into taking it, loving it, and then you end up. They're gonna say, yeah, they love this animal. They're gonna end up paying for a surgery. We already got it all covered. They did it. They scammed you. Yeah, what they say and what they do is two different things. You know. Paris is already saying my next dog. I don't think I'm gonna have another dog after Diamond, because I want to enjoy my life without having an animal to take care of and to aggravate me. To be honest, like I need a break. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna get another dog, but after Diamond is gone, I don't want another dog right away. Hell no. I want a couple years of like me being by myself, and like enjoying my life and having my life to myself. And then if I feel like I want a companion again, I'll get one. If not, it ain't happening. Because I never wanted Diamond anyway. My brother in law got her. And I told them, you're making a big mistake getting another fucking dog. Don't tell me what to do. And I'm like, okay, you'll see, this dog's going to fuck this yard up, and it's going to cause you a lot of problems. Yeah, Paris. My mom's the same way. Hey, Marley, how you doing? Sound like you after 1 week with Papa Dog. I know. It makes you say to yourself, I'll take care of a dog for a week, but I don't want one long term. And that's exactly what I told my sister and her ex-husband at the time. I told them, do not get a dog, because you have young children, and a dog around these young kids is not going to work. The dog might bite them, might aggravate them. They're going to be scared of that dog. It's a boxer. It's going to go like this, going to jump all over you. That dog ain't going to care about these kids. And then I was totally right. The kids hated Diamond back then. We all did, because she was a pain in the ass. She tore up the yard. Every bed we gave her, she tear it apart. We gave her put a towel on somewhere. She destroyed everything. She would absolutely destroy everything in her sight. And she dug a lot of holes in the yard. She completely destroyed our yard. And she dragged mud everywhere. She completely like messed up the yard. Her first 5 years of her life, we wanted to kill her every day, because she was such a pain in the ass. She was one of the worst. She is definitely, her first 5 years of living was the worst dog I've ever known in my life. It's a complete maniac dog. You would tell her no, you would tell her no, you would scold her, tell her. That's why my ex brother in law beat her a few times, because he thought that was gonna make inflict fear in her. It made it worse. And I said, beating the dog ain't gonna make no difference. Beating the dog is gonna make it more angry. You have to get her some lessons, or you gotta like really spend time on her with obedience. And he didn't. He didn't care. So the last 4 years, I've had her in my care, and she's a lot better now than she's ever been. When is he going home, Marley? Marley says, I'm ready for his ass to go home. I'm tired of Papa Dog. Poor Papa Dog. Poor sight. And don't get me wrong, I love animals very much, but I always find myself always taking care of an animal that don't belong to me. And Diamond doesn't belong to me. She does now, technically, you know. But it's just like I don't want another dog right away. I can't deal with that shit no more. And waking up today and seeing piss all over my floor, it aggravates me even more. She hasn't peed in here in 2 months. And then when I came downstairs and smelt that stench and almost threw up and I had to clean that shit, I was so mad I wanted to like kill her. I honestly wanted to like beat the shit out of her. But it wouldn't have I did. I just smacked her on her butt and I said, "You're naughty." And then she looked at me and she was like, "Fuck, I know I shouldn't have peed here, but whatever." And she stormed outside and I opened the gate and I said, "You're a naughty dog." And then I left her out there. I was like, "Fuck you, bitch." I was so pissed. Oh my God, man. It's nothing like waking up in the morning and smelling piss all over your floor and have to clean it. Oh, he got in trouble for chewing up stuff. We'll see. Dogs need to be played with. You have to play with the dog. You have to entertain. It's like a child. A dog is just like having a child. It's actually, you know, not as bad, but it's bad enough. It can be bad. It can be worse than having a child. At least a child is not gonna chew up shit and break shit and fuck shit up. But it's just well, some children will, but not at that age. But oh, it depends. But I know what it's like to have dogs and cats and animals. It was just like the turtles that we had. Yeah, some kids do. I had to rephrase that. Um, but even when we had the turtles here, those turtles grew within 2 years. Those turtles went from this big to that big. Within 2 to 3 years, they were monsters, and they were too big for the tanks. So you had to buy another tank, and then the kids don't want him to go. And finally, I convinced them to put him in a pond out in their habitat in a pond outside. And I drove across there, and there's like 20 turtles there now. So I think everybody must have put him in there. But I know those two are probably still living there, and they're perfectly fine. Yeah. I wish I would have like marked them with like some paint or something so I can know who they are. But they were big when I put them there, so they're like some of the biggest ones there. Yeah, see, my mom said that I never did no dumb shit when I was young because they would say no and no means no. Yeah, yeah, turtles. Those turtles are probably still living at that creek that I dropped them off at, and now we got fish. Another thing I have to take care of. Another thing I gotta clean. Another thing I gotta do. Like I want a period of my life to like when these guys go to college. The oldest one's going to college this year. When the youngest one has 2 more years left. When these guys go to college, I'm getting rid of that fish tank. And maybe Diamond's gonna live a little longer. I don't know. But she's already 10 and she's in great shape. The doctor said that she's in good shape. She just needs to lose weight. And I told I don't even pay those doctors no mind anyway. But I want to say to the vet, like she eats once a day. Like she's a big ass dog. Well, what do you expect her to do? Not eat no food? Like how is she gonna lose weight? You want me to put her on a treadmill at 10 years old? Like she can barely walk up and down the hill. Like and she drinks a lot of water. So that's probably all the water in her system. Like she's a solid dog. It's not like she's like fat and huge, you know? She's 80 pounds, but she's a big ass dog. What you want me to do? Like not feed her and show her ribs and shit? That's disgusting. I don't want my dog to like suffer. We feed her once a day. And then we give her like treats here and there. You act like I feed her twice a day or something. And what it is, she drinks a shit ton of water. And then they were like, "Oh, you should give us a urine sample. Maybe something's wrong with her." I'm saying to myself, "You people just want money. Like, get out of here, woman. Leave that damn dog alone. That dog's fine. When she's ready to go, she'll go." I'll be devastated, but in another way, I'll have relief of like not dealing with her, and not like and having like a free life without having to attend to her all the time, because nobody gives a shit about her but me, and I'm the one who's got to suffer and deal with her all the time. And then if I go away on a trip, and I leave her here with these guys, they ain't gonna care about her like I would. And she'll be devastated if she doesn't see me for like about a week. She probably won't even eat. She'll be miserable. She'll probably think that I'm gone forever, and it'll affect her. So I don't want to do that to her. Even though some people say, fuck it, who cares? I care, because I know that dog. I know her. She's with me 24/7. She will wait by that gate over there that goes to the main house. She'll wait at that gate until I come back. She won't go nowhere else. She'll wait there. If I leave her there, she'll wait there. And she'll be like, I ain't going nowhere until Mark comes back. I know that dog better than anybody. She she needs me in her life. And here I am ready to like say, you're a pain in my ass. I'm had enough. But we get mad at our animals when they do dumb shit, but I love her to death, and I hope that she stays around for a couple more years, because I know she's not gonna last, long and forever, obviously. But she's still very strong. She's still very strong. She goes up and down. Uh, she still like runs sometimes, and she still is very very strong, and she's very attentive. She can hear. She eats very well. You know, she still pees and poos, and she's still good. Like she doesn't have a problem doing any of those things. She's perfectly fine. You know, she gets her medicine, she gets her treatment. She's good. I bath her, when I can, and when she's ready for one. I take care of her. That's why she's in great shape. But they said that she needs to lose weight. I'm like, how the hell is this dog gonna lose weight? She barely eats anything now. I keep trying to tell them this is a big bone dog. This dog's a big ass dog. You see how long her arms are and her legs are, how long her body is. She's a big fucking dog. It was just like my pit bull. He was 74 pounds. And he was like shorter than Diamond, but he was like bulky. He wasn't fat. He just had a shitload of muscle. And he only ate once a day too. So I don't know what these people are talking about. They're like they're dumb. What you want me to do? She's 10 years old. I can't walk her every day. Yeah. No, he wasn't. These people act like, animals are like, you can tell when an animal's fat. Like, when they walk, their belly goes like that. Like Heathcliff and Garfield and shit. Those are fat ass cats and shit. But like you can tell when an animal has a belly on them, they'll be swinging like crazy from left to right, and they'll be fat as fuck. My dog ain't fat. That dog's big as shit. It's just a big ass dog. When you guys see her sprawled out on her bed, does she look fat to you? No. At least to me, she doesn't. And when I like pet her, she's solid as a rock. It's not like jingling everywhere like a fat person, or a fat animal. Shit. I've seen some fat ass cats with belly swinging from side to side, and dogs, but dogs are just different. I can understand if I was overfeeding her, but I'm not. Yeah, see, I only feed her once a day, and I feed her around like 4 o'clock my time. So it's in between like day and night time. Yeah, exactly. We were always taught to feed them once a day, and that's all they need, and just give them like a treat. And what I do is I give Diamond 2 cookies in the morning. She likes these like cookies that I give her. These digestive cookies. That's what they're called. They're like plain regular cookies. I give her 2 cookies. Then around like maybe that's first thing in the morning. I'll give her that and some water. Then like maybe midday, I'll give her like a biscuit, like one of those treats, like the bun that looks like a bun, like one. That's I'll give her one treat, and then I'll feed her full meal, which is a can of food and a can of dry, and I'll put water in there so it's nice and moist for her to eat, so she doesn't have to like crunch the big pieces of dry food. I water it down. So that way it goes down and her stool won't be her poo won't be bad, coming out and she won't be all fucked up. And then at night, I don't give her a damn thing, nothing. She doesn't get no food until the next day. And then they're telling me that she's 80 pounds and she's overweight. How the fuck is she overweight if she only eats one damn meal a day and some cookies and a treat? Man, come on, man. Fuck. But that Marley, that dog should not be eating twice a day. That's too much. To me, a dog that size should only eat once, and then give him like a treat in the morning, and like if you want, you can give him like a treat at night or something, like just a biscuit or something. I see, like last night, my sister had some leftover stuffing that she put in the meatloaf. Like it didn't take the whole box of stuff, and she put like it had like maybe 2 spoonfuls, right? So I gave Diamond the 2 spoonfuls of like stovetop stuffing, right? And she ate it within seconds because it's just a little bit and it's nice and soft, and that's why I give it to her. Because stuffing's like 2 scoops of stuffing, like who cares? Like that's not gonna make her like bad or anything. And I don't really like giving her too much people food because it's not good. But it's some people like to feed their dogs twice a day. I fed my pit bull twice a day because he was a big ass dog, and I gave him like a can of food and like a can of dry food, which isn't that much for his size dog. And then at in the evening, I would give him the same thing, and he would eat it all. And sometimes my mom will give him like we'll feed him once a day and then give him like some mac and cheese or leftovers for his second meal. Like they deserve to eat twice a day, but sometimes it's like they shouldn't be eating that much. It all depends. Like if because Papa Dog's not big either. He's not a fat dog. It's not like he's an overweight dog like these people say. He looks like a normal sized dog. Yeah, he's a Labrador. Yeah, he's definitely got a Labrador face. Yeah, KP is not really her dog. She's just like taking care of it for like a week. She's like dog sitting. Papa Dog. He's a cute dog. He's fun. Hey Maria, how you doing? I'm doing good. You're working with the haters. Lucky you. But yeah, I mean, some people say dogs should only eat one can of food. It depends on the size of the can of food. Some people say water it down. Some people say just give them wet food, dry food. For the second meal, you can just give them like, something else or whatever, couple biscuits. It all depends on the dog. If the dog eats both meals and licks the bowl clean, then I would say keep giving it to him because he's used to it. Now, you know, dogs can eat all day if they want to, and cats. Like if you give them shit to eat, they'll eat all fucking day. They're like damn humans. There's some people who would eat all damn day. So if that's what they told you to do, I would just do it. Just dry food, so he doesn't get like a can of wet food. You don't give him a can of wet food. That's some bullshit. See, 'cause I give a can of wet food, like the can of like wet food and a can of dry food. That's what I give her. And I mix it all up with a fork. I mix it all together and I put water in there. So it makes it even, moist for her to swallow. Cause she's older now, see, so you never really want to give just dry food. That's dumb. Like you're supposed to give them both, like wet and dry together. That's what I've been doing my whole life with dogs. I give both food together, and then that's it. And I water it down a bit. It all depends on how old Papa Dog is. If he's less than 5 years old, then it wouldn't matter in a storage container. Yeah, to me that's dumb. People shouldn't even deserve to have dogs feeding them like that. Yeah, see, he's 3 or 4, so he should be eating a lot more than that. He should be eating like a can of wet and dry, not just dry food. Hell no. Just dry food ain't really giving him no minerals and vitamins, and that dry food ain't doing it. Like you need to give him some wet food. That's some bullshit. Hell no. Poor Papa Dog. No wonder he's a miserable fucking dog sometimes, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" and crying like shit. He'd be like, "No one gives me fucking nothing." He'd be like, "I am saying boring ass dry food every damn day. Somebody better give me some pedigree up in this bitch." Poor Papa Dog. Poor Papa Dog. Poor Papa Dog. If you give him stuff like if you give him like people food, then he'll be fine. So if you give him stuff, that's cool, Marley. Especially if it's like meat, rice, pasta. If you give him like leftovers, it's fine. Just try not to give him anything with sauce in it. Like don't make a pot of spaghetti and meatballs and put some like shit in it. Like and don't give him no ketchup or chocolate. Don't give him shit with mayonnaise on it and sauces. Sauces are not good for dogs. It'll destroy their insides. But if you give them chicken strips and French fries, they love French fries. You can give them French fries too. Diamond, she loves French fries. She goes nuts over French fries. You can give them popcorn and shit sometimes. You can give them cookies, but don't make sure it's not chocolate chip. Just give them plain cookies or crackers. They'll eat it. They'll be fine. Hey Dan, how you doing? Maria, I got your PayPal. I'm just reading the paragraph as usual. Well, I've already told you what he told you. See, what he told you, I told you already. That, he's going through a lot of bullshit, and when he sees you, he'll see you. And he's disappointed. See? I know I'm psychic on fucking Mondays. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Swear, these idiots always aggravate me. Oh, fuck's sake, man. I swear. I'm always got to deal with everybody else's bullshit. One of these days, I'm gonna be relieved of everyone who aggravates me. And when I am, I'll probably be even happier than I am right now. There's always somebody to fucking aggravate me. He eats pretzel crackers. Yeah, those are cool. You can give him all that stuff. He probably loves that too. He probably like, yeah, something different. Thank God. All right, Maria, let me see what I got going on here. I see things getting better for Walter though, Maria. I think he'll be all right. He's just going through a phase or whatever. But I see things getting better for Walter. It looks like he's going through family issues, like people being petty, probably baby mama and probably like other family members or stuff like that. Looks like he had like an argument with family members or people that he knows. He's had like arguments with them or something. But I got the lovers card on the very end. So that means you and him are fine. Like you said, he says he's disappointed. He feels like he's causing, some type of trouble, or he feels like it's going to be trouble with you and him because he's disappointing you or because he's like doing whatever. But I feel like he'll be fine. He'll become better in the next few days because I'm not getting any bad cards. The only thing I'm getting is like maybe a friend of his is going through something and so is he. Like I get like petty arguments between him and family members or people that he has a family with, which is baby mama and stuff like that. So it could be like him arguing with them or like having petty disagreements. But looks like you guys will see each other this week because I got the lovers card, so that tells me you and him will be together this week at some point in time. So it doesn't look bad. Looks like everything will be fine. It looks like he'll be a lot better in the next couple of days too. So I see him putting in the effort to get better. Like he knows he's doing wrong, so he wants to get better. So Dan be always talking shit. Well, that's the thing. He can try to, but it might not work that way. Yeah, it'll probably be difficult for him to see like as much as he wants to. So that is true. He is telling you the truth about that. He thinks that you're going to be mad at him and stuff, but he's going to try not to worry about it and try to um I also see like he has obstacles he needs to deal with, and he probably feels kind of sick, probably from drinking too much. So, but I do see like he's upset that you might be upset with him, and you're not really telling him. So, you know. So if you keep telling him that, then he'll be fine. I don't really see nothing bad at all. I just see like, you guys will see each other, but it might be quick, like he said, or it might be like the end of the week. Things might get better because it's only Monday. Oh, as you wrote that, that's what I said. Today is Monday, so obviously it's not going to be good, but towards the end of the week, it'll get better. Yeah, but you'll still see each other. It'll be fine. You're welcome, Maria. No problem, sweetheart. Don't tell Walter that you're sending me kisses, and don't tell him that I blew him back at you. Nobody's got to know. Nobody's got to know. Yeah, exactly, and that's it. Looks like that's fine. So, especially if you talk to him already. Yeah, exactly. If he talked to you and said that he's disappointed that and you told him don't worry about it to stop and everything will be fine, and it's good. Well, that's because probably he's hungover. Probably got too fucking drunk. Alcohol is a big problem. It fucks a lot of people up more than they think. It messes with your whole body. That's why people who don't drink, their bodies are better and their lives are better. When you start drinking too much, that's it. Alcohol is not good for you. That's why I gave it up 8 years ago. No alcohol, no drugs, no cigarettes, no nothing. No, 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 no. Yeah, I don't drink anything. I don't drink at all anymore. Some people get mad at me because I won't even drink a beer. And I'm like, look, I just don't want to drink no more. I drank too much in my lifetime. I don't want to drink no more. I don't want to smoke no more cigarettes. I don't want to smoke no weed. I don't want to do nothing. I want to stay clean as can be. I don't even want non-alcoholic beers or whatever, vapes. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want none of it. I don't have no desire to do anything anymore. When that comes to when it comes to those type of things, I don't want to do it no more. I gave it up forever. I don't want it. I don't want that. Especially at this age. When I was younger, it was a lot easier to do all those type of things. But now I really don't care. Yeah, for sure. I agree. I just don't want that anymore for my body. I started at a very young age. When I was 14, I started smoking cigarettes and I would have like a beer here and there. And then, I knew I was doing the wrong thing, but I didn't care at the time because I watched my older brother do it. So I thought that, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. And then when I turned 17, I was smoking and drinking on a regular because I dropped out of school. And I smoked weed for like 20 years straight and cigarettes off and on. And I wasn't an alcoholic or anything like that, but I did have like, a couple beers every day or every weekend. I'd get, kind of, you know, not drunk, but like close to it. I was drunk a few times in my life, but not nothing serious. I wasn't an alcoholic. I was more of a smoker. I used to smoke all the time. But yeah, thank God I don't do it anymore because And I went cold turkey on everything. I just woke up one day and said, I'm done. I'm had enough. I was like, yep, I'm had enough. I'm not doing it no more. Everybody's like, yeah, whatever. You'll be doing it again. You'll be doing it again. You'll be doing it this. You was doing it that. You're gonna do it again. You're gonna smoke again. Once you smell it, you're gonna do it. I'm gonna give you some weed. You can smoke again. Or we're gonna go to a party, man. You gotta have at least one beer. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it no more. I had to like physically and mentally tell people like fuck off and leave me alone. I do not want to do it no more. Like people tried to pressure me to do it again, and I just won't do it. I had to be really, really strong. All right, Maria. Hope you have a good day. Besos. I'm proud of you, Marley, because doing that is a pain in the ass. Pain pill popping is can be very addictive and can also destroy your insides as well. But I'm glad you don't deal with that no more, and I'm glad you're recovered from that bullshit. Now you just got to get rid of the vape. You got to get rid of the vape action, and then you'll be good. Because vaping is not good either. That shit fucks you up too. Well, my friends don't treat me like that, and because my best friends they smoke weed and they drink, and sometimes they're like, oh yeah, they'll rub it in. They'll say, oh yeah, I would come up there and celebrate with you, but you don't even smoke anymore or drink, man, so it don't make sense celebrating with you. And I'm like, that's cool. I'll celebrate on my own without nothing. It's cool. It don't phase me. You want to treat me like that? That's cool. And some people say, oh, because your team won, you should have like, you should smoke a joint or smoke a, or have a drink. I'm like, nah, that's cool. I don't want to. I'm just happy that my team won. I don't need to drink or smoke or celebrate in that way. You know how I celebrate? I got a steak, a baked potato, some mushrooms, and that's how I celebrated. That was great, and some shrimp. That's my way of celebrating with some food. I don't want to do that shit no more. Just leave me alone. So they people just don't say nothing to me no more. They don't care, you know. So I'm happy that my friends don't bother me anymore with drinking and shit and smoking. I haven't heard that saying in a long time, like a redheaded stepchild. Well, it's up to you, Marley. You just gotta like it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. You just gotta say, you know what, I don't want it, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. That's all. Okay, Dan. Hope she's doing good. Hope you are too. But yeah, they keep saying that vaping is like really bad for you. So that's what they say. I wouldn't know. I didn't do it. I don't care about that type of stuff. But it's just everything we put in our body, right? Everything we put into our body or everything that we do, we can question it, we can value it, we can get rid of it. It's all in your mind at the end of the day. I've always been very aware that everything I do, I can change, I can evolve, I can learn from, I can stop doing it, I can do something else. It's all in here. And I tell my mind all the time, I'm not going to do that shit no more. Or I'm going to do this now, I'm going to start to do that, or I'm going to stop doing this, or I just keep telling myself that all the time. Like, look, Mark, you just got to stop doing this shit. Or okay, that's enough. Or I'm not eating that shit no more. Or I'm not drinking that no more. I'm not talking to this person anymore. I'm not going to allow this person to aggravate me anymore. It's really up to you. You know, it's all in your mind. Ain't nobody gonna shake you and tell you, don't touch that vape, Marley. Don't do that, Marley. Your mom is not telling you what to do no more. And you're gonna say, look, I do what the fuck I want. It's my life. You're at the age where ain't nobody gonna tell you what to do but yourself. But you gotta say to yourself also, is this affecting my life? Like, cause there's some people who could smoke right to the day they die at 80 some years old, and it doesn't affect them as much. Cause certain things don't affect you. Certain people's bodies can deflect things. And that's what I told my sister yesterday when we went shopping, grocery shopping. She says, "Oh, I don't want my sons eating these processed foods that you heat up in the microwave." And I said to her, when we were their age, we were heating up things in a microwave. And look at us now. We're perfectly fine. The reason why they say that is so you don't eat those things. And really, let me tell you something. When you eat stuff and you drink stuff, you piss and shit it the fuck out. It's that simple. Where the hell do you think why do you piss and shit? It's because you drink and eat things. So whatever you eat and drink is going to come out of your body. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Why are you listening to all this bullshit? The only thing that gets stored into your body is when you overeat or you're eating bullshit, every day. And the healthiest people can die tomorrow. Like, enjoy your life, yo. Like, just make sure you don't do things to, like, obviously if you eat something, it's gonna affect you, so don't eat it no more. Duh. If you drink a bottle of wine, then don't drink that damn bottle of wine no fucking more, because you can get drunk and you can get sick. Like, fuck, man. What's wrong with you damn people? You dopey as shit. Like, everything goes into your body is coming back out at one point. And when a lot of people got the vaccine, and you had to keep getting another one and another one, you know what this guy said? And he said something that was very interesting. He says that even though you take the vaccine because you're under pressure and you're under like an influence that you have to take it for your job, or you have to take it because you have to, right? For some reason, right? If you don't take it, that was like the biggest thing back then, you had to take it because if not, you're going to die, right? Or you're going to have a problem, right? So a person said, even if you have to take it for your job or for your livelihood as a teacher or something like that, and if you don't take it, and like they almost made it mandatory to a certain point. So the people who did take it and were religious, they said, just imagine that vaccine going into your body and you flushing it out of your body when you piss and shit. And that's all you got to put in your mind and tell God, please take this shit out of me. I have to take it to survive and have a job, but please cleanse me of this shit. And that made perfect sense to me. But I still wouldn't get it because I wasn't working for nobody. But one of my clients didn't want me around their house until I got it. So I said, well, fuck you. And I haven't been back there since. Like, fuck you and your vaccine. And fuck you and your work. It's a choice. Everybody has free will. So if you believe in God and you have free will, then why should I take something that I don't want? You can't answer me? I know you can't. Fuck you and your vaccine and your mandatory bullshit and what you think is best for me. That shit made people sick. People couldn't handle it. And a lot of people just don't get it. That you have free will. You could have changed your job. You could have just said fuck it and not went to work. But then people say, well, who's gonna pay my bills and blah blah blah. People always made an excuse to take it and just suck it up and not fight the system. That's just an example of what people like. If you believe in God, then why are you worried about dying or taking a vaccine? Don't preach to me. You believe in God, and then you go take it. That don't make no sense. You're contradicting yourself. And I had a conversation with Spirit, and everybody in my family got the vaccine except for me. And they were like, "Oh, Mark, why are you so ignorant? Just get it. Please, Mark, get it." Everybody's saying if you don't get it, you're gonna die. I said, if I die, I die. I'm wrong. Maybe I should have took it, so I won't. But I said that vaccine cannot guarantee you're not going to die. Don't you people understand that? That's not going to guarantee anything. There's no guarantees in life. You are going to die whether you take it or not. So, like, please, like, understand your belief in God and your belief in your free will and making the right choices is what makes you the person you are and go forward, like, you know. So, like, get over that shit, yo. Look, anybody who gets it and gets it, I have nothing against you. It's your choice. I never once said to anybody that comes in my room, if you got the vaccine, you're a fucking idiot and I don't want to speak to you. I'm going to ban you from my room. Never once have I said that, because it's your choice. If you feel like you need it, then go ahead. But me, don't condemn my choice because I didn't. That's all I ask in return. Because at the end of the day, my vaccine is God. That's my vaccine. That's my insurance. God Himself. He's gonna make sure I'm okay. And I told Spirit and I told God, let me be your example for those who don't take it. So I can show these people that if I believe in you, nothing's gonna happen to me. And here I am. That's all I gotta say. And if you took the vaccine, I'm not gonna look at you any different. It's your choice. I don't care if you took it or not. I'm not gonna have a party for non-vaxxers. The fuck? I'm not gonna be against anybody who took it. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Just respect me for not doing it. That's all I ask. You know? Just leave me alone. Let me if I die, then you can say, see, you died because of the vaccine. You didn't, you know. But you didn't nobody had to say that. Nobody can say that that's the real, cause and effect of it. Because it's all bullshit at the end of the day. You're gonna die regardless. People just are so afraid of death when really, it's guaranteed. But yeah, I shouldn't talk about this too much because people get all like up in their feelings. Because there's still people right now on TikTok saying, imagine still not being vaccinated. And I went in that room and I said, imagine still being dumb like you, worrying about it. And I got banned from the room. Because I went in the room and I said, imagine being still dumb, worrying about people who are not vaccinated. Like, are you that fucking dumb? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, leave that shit alone. It's over and done with, bro. Like, get a life. You people ain't got nothing else better to do. Like shut the fuck up. Yeah, see, and your girl's school had a mandatory vaccine policy, and they couldn't go to school. Same thing here. They did the same thing here. My sister, my older sister, she's a teacher, and she got 4 shots, 4 shots in 2 years because it was like almost mandatory for her to do it because she was a teacher, and it made her dumber. That's the only thing it did. It made her dumber than she really is, and she looks like a dumbass for doing it anyway. That's why she's dumb as shit. And she been around saying that I was dumb because I didn't take it. Yeah, how did that work out for you? Who's got medical issues, me or you? You're the one who's going around with medical issues every day, not me. No, 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 no. And I still won't get it. Hell no. I don't want none of that shit around me. Just believe in God and you'll be fine. And that's why I can't stand people who say how they love God and they worship God and oh I'm this, I'm that, and I go to church and I'm blessed and this, and you still talk that shit. You're a fucking hypocrite. So you're basically saying you don't believe in God. You rather believe in some bullshit doctor that told you to do something. Man, fuck that. I showed everybody my belief in God is stronger than theirs. And I came out perfectly fine. So if you don't believe, then you won't receive. But for those who did and are fine, it just shows you that it didn't affect you. And that's all that matters, right? There's a lot of people who took it and are perfectly fine. See? Because their belief in God, even if they took it, their belief in God washed it away from their body. They got healed. Or it didn't affect them. Or maybe they got injected with water. You never know. You never know. Lord knows, but I don't want to know. And I don't give a shit about what anybody does with their life. Just don't tell me what to do with mine. And if that's my choice, that's my choice. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, see, you know, you people are idiots and this and that. I don't really care anymore. That shit, that phase of life is gone. But I don't want somebody to be complaining about their life, but they don't do nothing about it. That's the only thing I'm really against. I'm against people who come to you every day, or somebody will come in this room every day and complain about something in their life and not do nothing about it. So if you ain't gonna do nothing about it, then what the fuck do you want me to do? Listen to you cry about it and listen to you moan and bitch about your life? No. I'll probably hear you or whatever, or I'll probably deal with you. But at the end of the day, you control what you do and what you put in your body or what you do with your life. Stop fucking complaining and deal with your life. Make your life better. Ain't nobody gonna make your life better unless you are. And that's the bottom line. Make your life better. Stop bitching and moaning and complaining and make your life better. It's so easy. No, it's not, Mark. You don't know what you're talking about. You're an asshole. When you say shit like that, you act like people's lives are not different from yours. You don't know what it's like to have 6 toes, you moron. You don't know what it's like to have thousands of eyelashes in your eye. You don't know what it's like to have this. Shut your ass up. You don't know what it's like. You're right. I don't know what it's like. I just live in this world and, everything's perfect. Oh, cool. Gage is stepping up his game. I was his age when I was starting to cook too. That's good. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Gage. Good man. He definitely ain't like his mama, that's for sure, when it comes to cooking. Shit. He must be like his daddy or something. I don't know. Or maybe he just wants to be his own man. Dan says that's why I have 7 toes. I have to draw a line. Oh shit. Oh, that's true. A lot of tourists I know, they love food. Yeah. Does his dad cook a lot, Marley? Maybe it runs. Maybe his dad like is maybe his dad cooks like him, like that's why probably he wants to. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but it can be an influence. Dan, I tell people that every day. I tell people all the time, ain't nobody wants you. Fuck you talking about? I tell my sister that now. I was like, even though you're divorced and you're single, ain't nobody wants your fucking ass. She gets so mad. That's why you're single. Nobody wants you. I said, exactly. At least I live in reality. And even if somebody wanted me, it's probably some dirty ass hoe. Okay, well, there you go then. And maybe he wants to be a better man than his dad. So that's good, Marley. I'm glad. I'm glad Gage is taking responsibility. That's good. I'm proud of him. Not too many 18-year-olds these days will do that shit. They don't fucking care. Yeah, mom, do this, or I'll get fucking takeout, DoorDash to the rescue. All these deadbeat dads, they should be all ashamed of their fucking low life selves. Oh, hey, you never know, you know. That's a quality a woman loves. A woman loves a man who cooks. Oh, definitely, Dan. That was some of the first meals I learned how to make. See, I'd rather cook every day than go get takeout. And some people say, I don't know how you want to do that. I said the only downfall of cooking is dishes, dishes and pots. Because you do all this cooking and you're tired, then you eat and you're full, you just want to rest. And then you look in your kitchen, you're like, fuck, man, all these dishes I gotta wash, yo. So when it's me by myself, it's worse. So when I cooked steak and all that the other day, while the steak was cooking and everything was cooking, I came and washed the dishes in between that. So that way I don't have them all over the place. So when I'm in the mood, I'll wash dishes while I'm cooking. You know, if I dirty up this, I'll clean it real quick, wash it, and then I'll be waiting for my food. So by the time I'm finished, all I got is a plate and a knife and a fork that I have to rewash, or a coffee mug or something. Just basic bullshit. What's on the tennis list? But the thing is it's so easy to cook now and to learn because there's so many videos on YouTube. YouTube is I've learned a lot from YouTube on how to cook certain things that I always wanted to learn how to cook. Yeah, see all those potatoes you gotta peel, you gotta get the peeler. You know, I'm a legend that I used to race people on. I used to have like a competition on who peels a potato the fastest. I used to win all the time. And you have to make sure the peel stays together. So when you go all the way around, you got to make sure you don't cut it. And if you cut it, you lose. It has to go the whole way around to the very end. And I used to beat everybody. I'm a potato peeling champion. My mom, she's actually better than me. You know. Yeah, see, if the peel don't stay together, you lose. But me and my mom used to have competitions. I used to lose a lot of times because she's better than me. See, she be doing that shit like on a regular. And my mom, she's like, you think you're gonna beat me? I did this before you were born. And I said, Mom, let's go. I'm gonna see how good you are. and I'll be trying to beat her, and then I'll fuck up, and I'll be like, shit. We haven't done it in a while, though. Yeah, I'm having barbecue burgers and hot dogs, and we're gonna have rice as a side. That's what the boys want tonight. So I told them, I say, yeah, that's cool. I'll make some barbecue hamburgers and hot dogs, but that's not for at least another hour from now or two. It's only 5:50 here. Where's a rookie? Well, my mom kind of, calls me that indirectly. She's like, I was doing this before you was born, as if to say, you're a rookie to me. It's fun. I have a lot of videos of my mom cooking, so I know how to make things. And I just wish I had somebody who would wash the dishes all the time after me. But you know, now I just cook over my sister's house because she's got a big kitchen and an island and stuff. She's got a nice oven and stove and shit. So I cook over her house, and then everything goes in the dishwasher except for the pots. She'll clean the pots though. If I make the food, she'll clean the pots. If she makes the food, I'll clean the pots. Like we have a system. But I do most of the cooking. She doesn't do that much cooking. I do most of the cooking because she's lazy as shit. She don't want to cook. She knows how to, but she's lazy. She doesn't want to cook. She'd rather go like get takeout or have some like a bagel with cheese and call it a day. She's a lazy ass. She works harder now, see, so she doesn't have the time to be coming home. She doesn't want to come home and cook. And then she says to me, "Oh, you're home all day." I said, "Yeah, of course. I'm home all day, twiddling my fucking thumbs and not doing anything, right?" So how did the grass get cut? I went like this, right? And then all the grass just flew everywhere and went into a bag and went, into the trash, right? Yeah. I took the lawnmower and had a remote control and just went like sat on the chair and I just went, yeah. That's what I tell her. I said, "Oh, how did that get fixed?" I guess I wasn't doing nothing all day. Now she says, "I saw you online. You were online doing nothing. See, that's not hard work. All you do is sit there and talk shit." I said, "Of course, I don't do nothing. That's why your house looks like $1 million, huh? Because it was me. Because I just sat down and did nothing." So I always make food. I always help her out. She likes to tease me and talk shit and vice versa. But the boys, they want me to cook. They're like, "No offense, mom, but Uncle Mark's way better at cooking. Me rather him do it." And she's like, "Cheat, thanks a lot." And even my mom, she's the best. She's the best. Like when it comes to making food, she's just all her food is just amazing. But my dad, they asked my dad when in the hospital. They said, "Oh, do you do any cooking at home?" He goes, "Nope. All I know is to turn on the stove to and put the water in the kettle to make my tea. And that's it. That's all I know. And maybe sometimes I cut the bread, I put mayonnaise on, and I put the stuff inside the sandwich and I eat it. That's all I know. I don't really know nothing." That's what he says. I mean, laugh like shit. He goes, "My wife do everything for me." And I'm looking at him like, "You're a fucking idiot. You're like, you should have learned from the best. Your wife is like the best cook in the world. Like, yeah," he said, he told the doctor straight up, "All I know how to do is my wife is busy. I put on the kettle for the tea because the tea, he drinks tea every day. See, so he needs it. And that's easy. All he's got to do is put water in the tea kettle, put it on the thing, click, 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 boom. Put it to like 5 to boil, check it later, bye. And then when it goes off and the tea kettle's making noise, right? He won't get up and close it. My mom will shut it off, and then she'd be like, "Did you get the coffee, like the mugs with, and did you put like sugar in it? Where's the tea bag?" He goes, Oh, I just turned it on. At least it's done. And I'm like, this fucking guy is worthless as shit. And now it's even worse because he can, he's a lot older now, right? And my mom tells him all the time, "You go get it. You go get it. You think I'm a donkey? You think I'm a donkey?" That's what she says. She thinks I'm a donkey. Thinks that she's a jackass to go get shit for him all the time, right? She goes, "You think I'm a in Portuguese is burro? You think I'm a burro?" And he goes, "Yes, you're my boo. You're my wife. You do for me. You're supposed to do it for me. I'm your wife. You're my wife." That's what he says to her. He says it in Portuguese. You're supposed to do that for me because you're my wife. That's what you're supposed to do. And she goes, "You are jackass." And he goes, "Yes, I know, I know. Just go get it for me. Let's go." Oh man, he's funny as shit. Like they don't argue. They don't argue and they don't fight. They just like talk shit to each other. All right, Ann, take care. Yeah, my mom says it sometimes. My mom would say, if it wasn't to like, hurt you, I would beat the shit out of you with this pot. My mom says it sometimes when she's fed up and he just laughs. He thinks it's hilarious. But I've not they don't fight like that. They're not like they're not people who like argue and fight like that. They're not like that. But he aggravates the shit out of all of us. My dad, he can be like a dickhead. He can say and do some stupid shit where you're looking at him like, you want to get beat up, don't you? You want to get slapped, or you want to get fucked off. Oh, good. Marley's coming live tonight. Extra, extra. Read all about it. My dad's a Libra, and my mom's a Capricorn, Dan. So, yeah, pick the buns out of that. My mom, when my mom's like mad at him, which is not very often, she'll like she'll tell him, "Oh, you go get it, you go do it," and he'll go do it. And when I'm there on Sundays, I help her. I set the table. I make sure like I help my mom, and I get my dad's tea ready. I'll go get the ice so it's not that hot. If she forgets something, I say, "Hold on, I'll go get it." And then she'd be like, "No, no." I was like, "Look, just stay there. I'll go get it." And when she comes here, I cook for everybody. Like when we have family gatherings, I do most of the cooking. Me and my sister, and my mom will bring stuff. My other sister's worthless. She'll just bring a dessert that she bought at the store. And my brother will bring soda for his fat ass to drink. And that's about it. And I do all the cooking. I buy the food sometimes, and sometimes my sister does. And then we'll have like family function, and I'll be out there. On Easter, I made hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken on the barbecue, and I was the only one who did the food, you know. And my mom, she bring like some food as well, like potatoes and rice and vegetables. And then my sister was inside, and I helped her make the mac and cheese, um, things like that. Like, but my older sister, she's got more money than all of us, and she'll just bring like a chocolate cake and like a cheesecake or something like that, and that's all she would bring. Like she'll spend like maybe 20 or 30 bucks, and then that's it. She won't give a shit. Your father was a Leo too, so two Leos. Oh shit. Sounds like your annoying ass brother. Yeah, I have one too. Your stepdad was a Pisces and your mom's a Virgo. Yeah. Pisces men are like very dedicated to their wives, but they also can be very possessive. Like they don't want nobody to look at their wife or their girl, or they get jealous real quick. They get very emotional. You know, if the woman does something, then he's gonna like tear the ass out of it and look too far into it and aggravate the woman. So especially a Virgo would be like, yo, you need to fuck off, yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah, for sure. That's for sure, Dan. Yep. Well, we all have annoying siblings and parents and people in our lives. You know, we just have to deal with them in different ways. That's all. It's that simple. But I like to be independent. I like to make my own food. I like to cook. I like to make sure my apartment's clean. I like to make sure everything's folded and nice. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for it. But like I like to make sure everything's neat, clean, and looking good. I don't like my bathroom looking like shit. I don't like my dishes all over the place. I like everything organized. I don't like to being around a no pigsty and shit. I can't stand that. Now sometimes I'll be tired and I'll just leave the dishes till the next day, which I shouldn't. But I'll at least soak something in the water or something like that. At least leave it there, and then overnight I'll just dump it out and start, and then wash them all. But there's when it comes to like house things and like me at home, I like to make sure everything's done. I like to make sure my clothes is washed and it's not in my hamper for like a week or something like that. Once it's in there, I'll do it every couple days. Make sure like everything's nice and clean. I don't. My mom always lived clean. She always was clean and shit, and I got it from her. She would be mad if like I live like a pig. She would hate that. She'd be like, I didn't teach you this. Remember last night I was talking about how spirit thinks of you when they're dead. If my mom wasn't here, she'd be like pissed at me if I lived like a pig or I was doing something that she didn't want me to do. That goes for everybody. They don't want to see you like that because they didn't raise you that way. And it's good to live clean and have like everything done properly because that's the way it should be. You're not supposed to be living like no slob and no fucking pig. You know, like the Portuguese people say, you don't live in a pigsty, so don't act like one and don't be one, which is true. Only pigs live like that and animals live like that. But yeah, some people do live very nasty and live, with their shit all fucked up, and I just don't know how people live that way. But cooking, cleaning is all the essentials to, living good and being good. Now, if you were brought up with your family not doing all those things, then that's your fault. That's your problem. You want to follow the footsteps of somebody like that, then go right ahead. So Marley, let me know how the shepherd's pie comes out. Maybe Gage will be making more food. That's good. I'm proud of him, though. Tell him Mark he's proud of him for cooking. A man who learns how to cook and wants to cook is a valuable asset. Because then you understand your real true value. So when a hoe comes by, you be like, bitch, you ain't ready for me. I can cook. I don't need you. Goodbye. That's why I learned how to cook. So a woman can never tell me, oh, you need me because you don't know how to cook. I can cook. I can do things for you. Bitch, you can't do nothing for me. That's one of the best things when you can tell a woman that I don't need you because I know how to do all the things that you would do for me. It's a great feeling. They're like, you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to clean, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yeah? Well, watch me. I bet you I can do it better than you. They don't want to hear that. But some men want a woman for that reason, so they can do everything for them. But not Marky. No thanks. You can take your crusty coochie and go somewhere else. I'm good. My mama taught me well. My mom taught me well, and I taught myself a lot too. And my one of my best friends taught me how to cook because his dad is a chef. A lot of things. My cousin was a chef for a long time. He taught me a lot on how to cook and how to make lobster properly and different ways of doing different foods. YouTube also helped me. I went on YouTube and checked a couple people and how they did certain things. Put my own little twist to it. It's nice. It's nice to learn a lot of things. It's nice to learn. That way, if you ever have an issue, you know, you do it. You already know what you got to do. It's good to learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. Yep. I can even separate my whitey tighties and my jeans, woman. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Yeah, I think everybody's gone. I think M's knocking off of work anyway. It's 5 o'clock her time, 6 o'clock mine. I've been on here for a while anyway, so I need to get my ass out of here and go start preparing to see what I need to do for dinner. And I actually want to wash a load of clothes right now too. Well, M says she's coming live tonight anyway, so when she goes live, I'll go live right after, and we'll have a full night tonight with both of us. So that'll be great. All right, Dan. Glad you're doing good, brother. I'll see you guys later.